Hello Bitzbox, this is Craig from Bitzbox.co.uk here with another conversion video. So in this one I'm building some Primaris sized Space Marine Vanguard veterans for my Imperial Fists, and I'll also quickly show you some Assault Marines that I previously built and painted for these as well. So I'm using bits from the Primaris Marines to make these sort of bigger in size so they just fit in with the rest of the army. And I'm not a massive fan of the smaller old Space Marines alongside the Primaris stuff. And if you feel the same as me, then maybe these conversions will be useful for you. So before we begin, I just want to give a huge shout out and a massive thank you to everyone on our Patreon. Now if you want to know what our Patreon is all about, there is a link in the description down below. And I also want to point out as well that the $5 pledge does give you free shipping on all of your orders. And if you're an international customer, if you're outside the UK, that now, with the unfortunate rise in postage prices, that now actually works out cheaper, quite a bit cheaper than just one order from our website. So even if you just make one order on our website, that code will save you money. So yeah, let's get straight into building these Vanguard veterans. Okay, so I have nothing in front of me because what we're going to do start with for these, we're going to take the legs from the prosecutors. So I've already glued them onto the base here and glued the two halves together. I'll try and make this video a bit shorter than most of the normal ones. We're doing a lot of legwork beforehand and off camera, but you'll still get the joys of me babbling, no doubt. So yeah, the reason I'm using these is because I've already made some regular Assault Marines, and I'll just grab a couple. They're right behind me. So these are just two regular Assault Marines. So I've used the infiltrators as a base. You could use Reavers or whatnot. I prefer the sort of lighter armored Primaris Marines rather than the intercessors and hellblasters, etc. For these, and essentially I've just sort of repositioned the legs, given them jump packs and whatnot. And this one uses that flamer from I think it's a Blackstone Fortress or Rogue Trader. I can never remember which one. So as I'm using these for Assault Marines, I wanted the Vanguard to stand out, which is why I'm using these now. Obviously these legs are very similar in design to Primaris Marines. You have the sort of knee pads, and they also have like little tabardie things which work quite well for Space Marine veterans. However, we do need to make some modifications, so we essentially need to chop this top bit off above the belt. If you really wanted to, you could take the belt off as well, but it's a bit of work. It'll make it quite messy down here, so I'm taking off that top bit, and I'm just going to use a model saw for that. It might be quite tricky with clippers. Essentially with the saw, going like that. Be careful with your fingers. People always shout at me for doing this, but I am careful, I swear. And it'll take a little bit of time. You can move the miniature up and down as well if you find it easier. But yeah, some sort of hobby saw or something. I mean, you could clip away at it slowly with clippers as well. Just be careful, because there's a big chunk of plastic, so it might damage your clippers if you're not careful. So yeah, I'm going to slice it off, and there was a nice flat surface. Oh, that just started to spin. And once you've done that, you'll have this flat or flat-ish surface at the top. So now it's a case of putting a torso on. So I'm using the torsos here from the Hellblasters. You can use the ones from the Intercessors, even the Reavers if you so wish. What's good about these is they do sort of come as these separate pieces. Now of course you do need to chop them down, so we don't need to worry too much about the front at the moment, but we do need to take this bit off here, and again I'm using the saw. If you use clippers, which you can do, just be careful, because the clippers do sort of bend the plastic. They sort of squeeze it, so you never get quite a clean cut. So just very carefully moving the piece up and down the blade. Don't take a great deal to get through this, but just be careful of your fingers doing this. I always look so precarious. And don't want to get through a bit quicker than that. You guys watching this, but I'm more password to it. And then you get that off there. come off like so. Put it on the desk. Chuck that last bit. And then you'll notice when you put the two bits together that this front piece is now slightly longer, and that can just be neatened up with your clippers and just very carefully just take a little piece off like so. There's a little bit out front. I'm going to dry fit this first, see where we are. So I'm just going to file the front bit down. Now what you can do is get them glued together, let them dry, and then cut and file it down. Then you'll know you'll get exactly the right amount off. So I want to do that. And then the other thing you want to do as well is chop this little peg off the back. That will help you be able to attach a backpack. So I'm going to do that, trim it down and attach it to the legs. So once you've done that, you should have something that looks like this. And you see it's not perfect join, but not terrible either. They lean quite forward as well. And you can always fill in the gaps with green stuff. And next up, I have over here, I've just got a jump pack from the Space Marine Vanguard. We are making Vanguard, so I did actually buy a box of Vanguard to use some pieces from. And that fits nicely on the back, like so. Now you might not want to put this on straight away, but I thought I'd get it on now. And here's two that I made earlier as well. They're a bit hard to get in the shot because they're so tall. There we go. So I'm only doing 3 in this video because I only have 3 pairs of prosecutor's legs. But I'll get some more in the future. I'm not 100% sure what loadout I'm going to go with on these guys, but I'll have a look at what I've got. Obviously I've got a load of Vanguard bits, but I'm thinking I might change the arms because for regular Vanguard arms might be a little bit too short. So I'm going to see what I've got available and see what I can come up with. Okay, so what I've decided to do with the arms, and I'll take a couple of these away. I'm going to use arms from the Reavers. So start with, I've got the pistol, heavy bolt pistol, and the combat blade arms here. Now with the Reavers, this bit here is too thick to fit a shoulder pad on. And that's the difference between the two arms there. That one's a lot smaller. So you want to file this down. I use my Dremel just to smooth it down, and then you'll be able to put a shoulder pad over the top, like I've done here. Now you could just equip yours with pistols and combat blades if you so wish, but these are Vanguard veterans, so they need something a bit better. And of course the box has loads of nice options. So with this guy I'm going to go with a Thunder Hammer and a Storm Shield. So I'm going to chop off the Thunder Hammer and a Storm Shield from the box. We'll give them this one. Now they all come with the hands on, which is really nice. So it's literally just a case of chopping the hands off these with your clippers. And try not to be as close to that as you can. There's a nice little cut there. So it goes a little bit out of focus of the old manual focus there. And then it's just a case of simply just being able to glue your hand on like so. So nice and easy. Once you get that bit off the shoulder, it's just a case of replacing the hands. So nothing too tricky here. These are quite simple conversions at the end of the day. Fires off there like so. And yeah, the hand can go on like that. So I'll get them glued on. And I'll look at some different weapon options to put on the others. I'm not really too sure how to equip these. I probably won't use them too much in game, so I'm probably just going to do whatever I think looks cool. Okay, so here we have the 3 miniatures with some various weapon options. So I've got a couple of storm shields, one with a thunder hammer, one with a chainsword, and there's one with a couple of pistols, plasma, and I've kept a heavy bolt pistol on the Reaver. You don't actually get right-handed bolt pistols in the Vanguard set. I'm sure there's other ones I've probably got lying around, but I quite like the look of these. So yeah, I think these arms work really well for the size of these. You'll notice I've changed the camera angle slightly. It wasn't a great camera angle in the first half of the video, but you get a gist of what's going on. So, so one thing, which I was then about to mention, is that these miniatures are a bit top-heavy, so you will want to stick a coin underneath the bottom of the bases. So that's one thing I noticed when I started putting the arms on, and it very perfectly demonstrated that for me there. And you'll notice I've got shoulder pads on as well, just regular shoulder pads. I've got some Imperial Fist ones on there as well. But these are all just from the Vanguard set. So pretty straightforward, and then it's just a case of adding heads. So yeah, any heads that you want really. It's entirely up to you. I've got one here from the upgrade set for the Imperial Fists, which is where I got shoulder pads from as well. So I'm going to put on the Sergeant. So this one's the Sergeant with the Thunder Hammer, Storm Shield. So the heads go sort of quite recessed back, but they look pretty cool once they're on. And then I think I'll take a couple of heads from the Vanguard set, if I can remember where I put the screws, just down here. And they come with a good variety of heads. There's quite a few on there. There's a Mark IV head, and there's some other sort of Mark 7 heads. So, I mean, if you want to keep Mark 7 heads, or you might just want to use Mark 4 heads, you could use some from Hellblasters or Intercessors or whatnot. He's even got the option for a Mark 6. I might use a Mark 6 actually. I don't think I've really used them in my army yet. And then I quite like this sort of helmet here, so this one also from the Vanguard is quite different. So they're the 3 heads I'm going to use. Of course you can use any head, so I wish all regular Space Marine heads and Primaris heads will fit these torsos, no trouble at all. And once they're on, you can leave them as that and call them done. Or you can add some extra little bits, which I might do. You also notice as well, I did keep the combat knife on from the prosecutors. That's entirely up to you, and that one actually, as you can see, it's a bit bent at the top. So I need to sort of bend that back carefully. They're a bit fragile, and I'll probably take that off and re-glue it. And of course there is still this little gap, which I'll just fill with green stuff at a later date. But yeah, they look pretty cool, I think. Get ahead on this last one. So, as they all look quite sort of decorative as well, with our little tabards and stuff, and of course with flowy sort of scrolls, you might want to add some extra bits to make your Sergeant stand out. One thing I'm going to do, as I'm Imperial Fist, I'm going to go back to my Imperial Fist upgrade sprue, which I've got here. I'm going to take out this shield. There's loads of little accessories and stuff that you can add here. So whatever chapter you're doing, if you have an accessory sprue, you can go to that. Or you can just find some other little bits and pieces that you like. There's grenades and stuff as well on the Vanguard set. I'm going to take this little shield. Now I'm going to pop it on a shoulder pad. There, like so. So isn't that extra little feature what makes them stand out? So yeah, really, so you can add grenades and pouches and whatnot. There's a little bit of space, especially on sort of this side. Let's quickly just do that with a set of the grenades on here, just to give you guys an example. I may end up adding these on all of them. And yeah, it's simple enough. Just put a bit of glue on there. and chuck the grenades on. Like so, as simple as that. So yeah. So that's just 3 Vanguard veterans. Now I'm going to make some more. I'll probably have a 5-man squad. I'm not really sure what to arm the other 2 with, so if you have any suggestions, certainly let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think of these miniatures. I'll just show you off quickly one by one. So yeah, I really like them, and yeah, they'll stand out really well against the Assault Marines. And even just against the rest of the army, just being up in the air as they are like this, I think, yeah, I'm really liking them. And it was very easy to put the different weapon options on the arms. As I said, you just literally cut the hands off, so yeah, I'm going to leave it there. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, do feel free to give it a thumbs up. And you can leave any comments down below if you have any conversion suggestions you'd like to see, or even painting tutorials or whatnot. Always happy to suggestions. I've got a few I need to get to as well. And yeah, I'll see you all again in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please feel free to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. You can also click that bell icon to be notified when a new video has gone live on this channel. On the screen now are 2 more videos that you may wish to check out, and a link to our Patreon page also. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.